Hi again, everyone. Last week, I talked about a question that I'm planning to address in my upcoming research. But there are many other questions that I'm also interested in. For example, I'd like to do more research on how the technology-based activities that I create for explaining and for training intuitions about visuals, how those help students learn when they're in classrooms. Also, what are some activities in classrooms that support students in explaining visuals and that help students learn intuitive knowledge about how the visuals show information? What do those activities look like in an elementary school classroom or in undergraduate courses? Also, I'm very interested in how educational technologies can support teachers in the classroom. For example, ChemTutor collects some data about how students solve problems, and I get that data in an anonymized fashion, of course, for research, but teachers can actually get an account that gives them some information about how their students learned certain concepts. And I know that some of the chemistry instructors that I work with here at the UW-Madison would be interested in what they call the muddiest points, so concepts that are particularly difficult for students. But what information would be interesting to a middle school teacher in physics or, say, a high school teacher in biology? Would teachers prefer aggregate information about the whole class or information about individual students who might be struggling particularly much? And then why stop with the teachers? Perhaps the students would actually benefit from some information about themselves or also about their peers. Say, if a student struggles with a certain concept or with a particular visual, perhaps it would be helpful for that student to know which of their fellow students could help them out. And also, the learning environment may matter. I already talked in the past video about in-class versus homework settings. Another question that I'm interested in is, how does a classroom need to be outfitted so that students can learn optimally? For example, in many of the chemistry classrooms here on the UW-Madison campus, we have chairs with wheels, and they also have these built-in desks so that students can actually move them around to create work tables with their chairs. But I don't know if that actually increases their learning. So those are just some questions that I'm interested in. But I would also really like to hear from you, whether you're a student or a teacher or perhaps a parent. What questions do you have about how to help students learn with visuals? So don't hesitate to send questions my way by email or simply by leaving a comment here. I really would love to hear from you.